So let's talk about DK Metcalf because he's a unique player for this season coming up. He came into the league in 2019 when he was drafted by Seattle in the end of the second round, which ironically, that second round, you could have had Debo Samuel, A.J. Brown, and or DK Metcalf. Whereas in the first round, people went with Marquise Brown and N'Keal Harry. So kind of a little bit misses on those guys that drafted wide receivers and missed on Debo Samuel and AJ Brown and DK Metcalf. But so DJ Metcalf, he came in, he had a decent 2019. 2020 is where he really exploded onto the scene. He finished fifth in standard leagues, seventh in PPR. Last season, he dropped down a little bit, but it was a rough season in Seattle, and it's one of the reasons why Russell Wilson wanted to get out of there. There was some issues, there was some injuries, there was a lot of things that happened. We're not going to go too much into all that, but it was a down year for DK Metcalf in terms of fantasy production, but still finishing 14th in PPR that last season is still pretty impressive with all the turmoil that they had. And so when you look at what he has now for his quarterbacks, again, Drew Lock, Geno Smith is another guy, another backup, I forget his name. And even Pete Carroll said they want to bring in a fourth guy. So again, is they going to bring in a veteran, like trading for Baker Mayfield, or bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo, which I doubt within division that's going to happen. Maybe if Jimmy gets traded to another team, maybe they can then move around that type of way. But most likely, it seems like they will draft one of the rookie quarterbacks, whether it's Willis, Pickett, Howell, Ritter, Corral, throw a dart. It depends on who they fall in love with, who's still available when they pick at number 9, because a couple of teams in front of them could be picking up quarterbacks as well. So it's who's still available. Are they willing to give that first round draft capital to that guy? Or do they think, if Malik Willis and Howell, Corral, and Pickett are all three of them are gone, will they just wait till the second round and then add one of those guys after that and pick up for more need in the first round? And then the other thing you've seen around is trade rumors, obviously with DK Metcalf, because he's a free agent at the end of the season, so he won't. Will he resign if there's no quarterback? Will they be able to keep him in Seattle after the end of the season? If there's no quarterback, the offensive line is still in shambles, no real running back right now. Like, where's this team going? DK Metcalf has put himself in a perfect position to be able to leave. He's, 24, 25 years old, just entering the prime of his career as a wide receiver. And the guy's a beast. And so there's a lot of things at play, and you can see teams like maybe the Detroit Lions can trade for him because they have 2 first round picks. They can use one of those first round picks to trade for DK Metcalf. The Jets, they also have 2 first round picks. Philadelphia Eagles, they have 3 first round picks. Could they package something like that with their first round picks or other multiple picks and get DK Metcalf to them? I mean, you think about the Lions with Amon St. Brown and or Devontae Smith and DK Metcalf on each side. With the Eagles, I mean, Zach Wilson throwing to either EJ Moore or DK Metcalf. I mean, the duos that would create would be fantastic. And of course, you get a bump up of those quarterbacks. And will they be able to afford DK Metcalf? Will they be able to sign him? You look at what Tyreek Hill just got, Devontae Adams, Christian Kirk, those guys, and what they received as contracts. Can a team like the Lions or even the Jets, can they sign him to that type of deal? Will Philadelphia be able to have that cap space and re-sign him? A lot of teams wouldn't give up, especially the Lions. I mean, they have the second pick. They're rebuilding, but to rebuild with him, and especially if it only cost you that late round, that 32 second pick, maybe you give the 32-second pick and the second round pick, but you still keep that very first one. You can get somebody there, and then DK Metcalf. My guess would be I would rather have DK Metcalf, a proven commodity, than that 32nd pick and 34th pick of the draft, because you don't know what you're going to get there. But DK Metcalf, you know what kind of a player he's going to be. That makes Jared Goff so much more intriguing, I guess. Can he actually do something? You saw what he started to kind of do with the development of Amon St. Brown there, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And so what can he do with a DK Metcalf, those two wide receivers, Swift, Hockenstein? That's a nice nucleus of playmakers and you could still use your first round pick at the beginning of the draft on a Walker or an Aiden Hutchinson or even a Thibodeau if you want, to get an edge rusher to go after the quarterback and make some noise with that and to secure your defense. So it's a very intriguing thing. I would love to kind of see what Detroit would do with that, and to see if they would actually pull that trigger, because that would be really good. And I think you could even, if you're Detroit, you could even go after another quarterback and maybe even use that quarterback, that first pick on a quarterback, knowing that you've already traded for DK Metcalf and that's all you really needed. And you let your defense take care of the year after, or take care of it in the third and fourth rounds. But that was just a couple of my thoughts. DK Metcalf, he's going to be a interesting fantasy guy this year. If you have him in Dynasty, and or you're doing a startup Dynasty draft, where are you going to take him? Normal would be late first, possibly even if you're really high on him, mid to late second. I mean, the second round, possibly even early third round, depending if you have the last pick in the second round, the number 10 or number 12 pick. You can just kind of get him in the third as well and double up. But now with him going into having no quarterback and getting maybe a rookie quarterback or getting a Baker Mayfield, where is his value right now? Are you trying to trade for him? Are you trying to trade him away and seeing what you can get? Are you one of those buy now kind of guys, or are you holding back to see where the market's going to go? If he is traded to the Detroit Lions, does that make it more intriguing? If he's traded to Philadelphia, I think that is a huge intriguing play for him with Jalen Hurts and the type of quarterback that he is. I mean, I think he's better than Zach Wilson. So it'd be very interesting to see Jalen Hurts with DK Metcalf and Devontae Smith and some of the weapons they have with that. That would be an impressive offensive team as well. And so it would be nice to see. It'd be something to be excited about.